Welcome in. Today I want to do a review on this crochet kit that I found at Barnes & Noble's, and I'm really excited about it because it says that it includes everything to make these two cute kittens, and it was only $15. That's a steal, right? So I'm going to go over what's inside of this box with you, and I'm going to make the cat. I'm going to go and I'm going to give you my opinion on the crochet kit, let you know if it is worth it. So let's look inside. If you didn't notice earlier, when I went and got my nails done this morning, I got like French tips done and they're little cats just peeking out. And I swear I did not plan for it to be this way. Look at the little calico, that one's my favorite. Moving on, let's open this little box. I opened this because I bought it a while ago, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, so it includes the crochet book and it has 10 patterns for the Crochet Kittens. Really cute. And then the contents, it shows you all of the basic techniques. It'll go through the slip knots if you are a beginner, but when I was a beginner, I did use tutorials a lot, so I don't know how helpful this will be. And then it goes over the magic ring and all of that jazz. The assembly, it'll go over piecing together, how to piece together things. So I assume that the pattern is not super detailed. And then you have to go back and check out the assembly side and use that to put it together. We'll see. And then all of the separate patterns, the black kitty, the marine cat couple, that's adorable. That's what we're making today. It does have difficulty strategies. I love that. I don't think I've seen that before. So it tells you that this little black cat here is an easy beginner one, and then this one is intermediate and then advanced. That's really nice. I like that. Oh, and it also explains how to read the project instructions. If you're somebody who hasn't used patterns before, this is actually a really good guide. That's awesome. We'll see if there are any mistakes in the patterns when we crochet, but for now, this is looking really nice. Again, this was $15. And then obviously the stuffing and all of the yarn, this is acrylic. So we'll see if this is enough yarn to crochet both of the cats. The marine cat couple, the lady has a red dress and the boy has a red and white striped sweater. I hope that this is enough yarn, so we'll see about that. And then here are our plastic embroidery needle, which is fine, and then our safety eyes. Let's get to construction. I was just reading the instructions and I need to correct myself. I was wrong. This yarn is not acrylic yarn. It's actually 50% cotton, 50% polyester. So it is 50% cotton yarn. That's nice. That's nice to know. Also, I was looking at the instructions and reading them, as one does, and it says, round 1, color A, start 6 single crochet in a magic ring. And this is where I was like, I should probably point out that this kit is not for absolute beginners. Obviously, if you don't know what a magic ring is, you're going to have to stop there, go back to the front of the book, look for magic ring, and if you can't figure it out with the tutorial and the photos in the beginning of the book, you're going to have to stop, you're going to go look at a video. So if you are an absolute beginner crocheter, I recommend just watching a video on YouTube on how to crochet a cat plushie. There are so many video tutorials and it is a lot easier to see what somebody's doing. Even if it doesn't match up exactly to what you think they're saying, you can visually see it, and that's so much easier. But anyway, getting into this, I'm really excited. I was flipping through the book and there are so many adorable kitty plushies, little amigurumis that I really want to make, and I'm thinking I might make all these cats at some point and maybe put them on my shop. I don't know. We'll see. If I have to keep stopping to point things out, I'm never going to get very far. In the pattern on round 2, literally round 2, It omits the part where it tells you need to slip stitch into the first stitch of the round to join them after you've done all of the single crochets to then start your next round. Is this an intermediate pattern? Should that be obvious? Let's see if that's stated, because I don't think I've read that. It doesn't. It does say that the difficulty level for these cats is intermediate. But what do you think? Do you think that that slip stitch part should be included in the pattern? Let me know. Okay, this little cat is super cute, but she did take me forever to crochet. And I think that's more a me problem because I like to take a break every row and make a coffee or have a treat or something. So that's more of my fault. She is super adorable. You'll notice that she doesn't have a face or any claws on her paws, and that's because I don't really know how to embroider, and the book itself doesn't give you any instructions. It says just to put the face on the cat. And I spent so much time on her, I didn't want to just go and put a face on her willy-nilly and have it not look good because she's super adorable. I don't want to ruin her little face. So I'm going to do that later at some other point. That's one con, is it doesn't show you how to embroider the face. It doesn't even give you, like, in the instruction part in the front where it tells you how to, like, assemble stuff and things like that. I would assume they would have put something for the embroidery, but they did not, which is fine because I can find out online. Another reason this took me so long is because this yarn sucks. I know that I said earlier that I really like that it is 50% cotton blend, which is nice, but it's still not great. It tangles really easily, and it tangles up really easily. And I was trying to, was supposed to be one of the feet, and it got all tangled when I was trying to frog it, and I tried to like pull it apart, and then the yarn snapped and I couldn't get this. So I restarted. The yarn sucks. And then I realized by the time that I was done with this little girl here, I didn't have, or might not, I could be wrong though, have enough red yarn, because this is all I have for the sweater on the boy cat, which he does have stripes. Let me show you. He does have stripes, so he's like a white and red striped sweater, so there could be enough yarn here. I just don't really want to chance it. Also, her bow is supposed to be white, but it's blue because, again, this yarn tangled a bunch, and the way that they had it in the box was really weird. The way that they like wound it up, I don't know. I couldn't find the end, and this is what happened, and it's going to take a while, and I didn't feel like setting myself back by untangling more of the yarn mess to make a white bow. So it's blue. Long story short, I would say that this is 100% an advanced beginner thing. And sure, it's worth $15 if you want to get all of the patterns for these cats because they're super cute cats. I'm not going to say that they're not. But I would say advanced beginner because there are some things in the patterns like slip stitching to the first chain of the row or the last chain of the row to continue on to the next row or whatever that they don't mention in the pattern, but you'd be able to fill in the blanks yourself, I think, if you had more crochet knowledge. So it's really not a big deal unless you're a beginner, which I don't really recommend crochet kits in general for people or beginners, period. I feel like it comes with either not enough or too much product, and either the yarn usually really sucks, the hooks are not ergonomic, and they hurt my hands. And I think the only beginner crochet kit that I would ever recommend would probably be the Woobles kit because it comes with video tutorials and stuff. So if you're an absolute beginner and you're trying to learn with a crochet kit and that's what you're trying to do, I would recommend the Woobles. These patterns are cute. Basically, I feel like I paid $15 for these patterns. So if I'm going to say anything positive, it's going to be, I'm glad that I have these patterns. And if you have purchased this crochet kit from Barnes & Nobles or one like it in the past, let me know down in the comments below, and we can talk about it.